Merry Christmas everyone, and welcome to the third installment in our series. From this point onward, I'm going to be exclusively doing the second story, here one with Maskman, Takeru and Deca Blue and their future allies. Mostly because I feel it's the weaker of the two, and it kind of cuts down on the length of these videos. It was quite a bit. And speaking of new allies, the first of them is due to arrive in this chapter. And although putting the video clip in will probably be pointless since it goes on to describe the Allies' history in detail, I'm still going to do it anyway, right now.
恐竜戦隊10レンジャー魔女バンドーラが人類全滅を企み攻撃してきた。10レンジャーはバンドーラの魔の手から人類を守るため1億7000万年の眠りから目覚めた古代人類の戦士だ。10レンジャーを守る守護獣は合体して巨大神大獣人となる。必殺技は恐竜剣ゴッドホーンにエネルギーを集め敵を切り裂く超伝説雷光斬りだ。
And with that done, we're on to Chapter 3, Return of the Dinosaurs and a Heroine, which is quite a mouthy title, but I digress. Author's note, and we're back for another chapter with a probably unexpected entry. Well, I'm probably guessed from the title. Hopefully this brings enjoyment to you instead of disappointment. Here goes. Previously on Chapter 2, Takeru, otherwise known as the Red Mask, seemingly was thrown to a future after a year defeating the Tube Empire, stranded in a far future. Bit redundant, in the town of Megalopolis. He met another Super Sentai warrior according to the book of history of Super Sentai that he found, Tomasu Hoji, otherwise known as Deca Blue but Deca Rangers. Will Takeru find a way home back to his time? Chapter 3, Return of the Dinosaurs and a Heroine. In the year 1993, another struggle between the forces of good and evil came to a conclusion when the Jew Rangers defeated the witch Pandora and sealed her back to the container that was once used to seal her and sent to space. World was safe as the Jew Rangers sent to the heaven to join their guardian beasts. However, there was one warrior who seemed curious of the nature of Earth, and after a year of ascension, warrior's curiosity managed to get the best of the warrior and decided to descend to Earth for a while. I feel there's a she missing there. That warrior was the princess of the Risha tribe, May, otherwise known as Terra Ranger. She has promised the other warriors that she won't be down for so long and would quickly return. And descended to Earth once more, May realized that due to her ascension, her body hasn't aged. Well, you've been dead for a year. Looking at the scenery before as she landed, she smiled. Well, let's see if I can do the voice without destroying my vocal cords. It's great! Our efforts have not been in vain. Earth has never been so beautiful. Oh. She then took her time to appreciate the nature before her, strolling around the forest and playing with some small animals that came to her. Random comma there for some reason. She continued to smile and laugh happily, just like how she was millions of years ago. Unfortunately for her, in the middle of playing, the sky turned dark before turning into a weird colour while the ground quaked. We're going to get some indication of what this colour is. Ah, what's happening? May shrieked as she fell to the ground, worried on the condition of Earth. However, the quakes didn't stop until it eventually made May lose her balance once more after she tried getting back on her feet and smashed onto a tree. Onto a tree? Hard enough to make her lose her consciousness. Wouldn't it be better to say that she fell unconscious? Hey, May! I'm not sure if there's an M missing there or if that's a typo. That's meant to be deliberate. When May woke up, she heard a familiar voice. That voice! Guardian Beast Pteranodon! She's been with the Guardian Beast for so long that she could recognize it instantly. What has happened? What is it with the sky? There's probably a word missing out. Is Pandora? No, it's not. The sky suddenly showed an image of the Guardian Beast. But it is something far greater. This Earth is in danger again. Oh no! May was worried hearing it. I have to contact my friends at once. I'm returning to Ever now. You can't, May. Pteranodon's words shocked May to the core. What are you saying, Pteranodon? She asked in such a worry. Why can't I return to heaven? Is this beside Senate worth? Is this my punishment? No, it would seem that you are now in a different world, Pteranodon explained. Try to return to the heaven here, you will find nobody, not even the Daijujin or me. Aren't you part of the Daijujin? Whatever. Where are you then? May asked as she didn't understand what the Guardian Beast meant about the fact she won't find the Daijujin or the Guardian Beast return. How can you speak to me? Due to our link, I was able to communicate with you from our heaven, Pteranodon continued. At this rate, May, you're the only one who can handle this mission. Mission? So that you and the Zoo Ranger protected are in the same world as yours. The forces of evil seem to have targeted them. You must protect them, or you know what would happen to us all. We'd lose our power, May recalled, and we won't be able to protect the Earth again. Yep. For those of you who don't know, the Zoo Rangers get their powers as long as they're living dinosaurs. And how do they get their powers if the dinosaurs extinct? There are 2 eggs left over which can potentially hatch into new dinosaurs. And you think that's a bit of a cheat? I remember playing this game where a ritual required a dead squirrel to work, and all he could find was a dead squirrel named Deddy, and he just took it to Build-A-Bear, had it stuffed and just named it Livey so he could pass it off as alive. So it's not that far-fetched. Anyway, I'm changing up the music now. Ow. And if that happens, you'll be stuck on Earth, unable to return to your friends. Pteranodon finished, which shocked May. This mission has a lot in stake for her, and she has to accept it, since due to an innocent wish to see how the Earth was doing, she separated herself from the heavens. Well, it wasn't her fault. I don't know what exactly is causing these people to be chosen, but I digress. Very well, I will do it, May confirmed, nodding her head with full of determination. Shouldn't the of or the full be removed? Everything you need for the mission is prepared, including your weapons, but I cannot help you. Pteranodon's voice started to get low and low as it eventually faded out. Wait, Pteranodon! May tried to call to it again, but the Guardian Beast no longer spoke and its image vanished from the sky. However, she realized that her hand was holding something, her terror arrows. I have to do it. There is no choice. With full of determination, May ran forward, trying to find clues about the dinosaur that went missing. There. Not bad, but you're gonna have to do better. Punches and friendly fight bands were heard throughout the training center Bodega base. There, both Taku and Hoji sparred on a ring. It began when Taku was using the room to train his karate skills to make sure his skills did not rust. On witnessing him training, Hoji was interested in seeing him fight and offered to spar with him. And with Hoji utilizing a boxing style he used in the past. For quite some time, Hoji was able to keep up with Taku's attacks, but he was unable to land a direct blow to Takeru. Sorry for the music cutting out, it's buffering at the minute, so I'll stop the video until I can get it working. Eventually, Taku managed to preserve his strength more and found an opening when he dodged Hoji's straight punch. You left this one open, he exclaimed as he delivered a chop at Hoji's neck, but stopped midway. Here, looks like I win, as I would expect from a masked man who excels in martial arts. Hoji confidently threw down his fist defeated. Don't all of them specialize in martial arts? I didn't train hard enough. Yeah, training makes perfect, Taku said, grabbing a nearby town to Hoji. You've got quite the potential to be a boxer. You'd be a great fighter if you really want to. Here, thanks, but Hoji declined the offer while wiping his sweat. I'm a cop and I prepared this kind of job. My heart feels more home when I solve crimes. Think there's an axe missing there? But Hoji walked away. Feel free to explore the building. I've got another job to do. Taku decided to enter the cafeteria to have some tea. After drinking, he was thinking to get back to the training center. And meditate to clear his mind, ready for what's going to happen next. Maybe after that I could ask Hoji about where to go next. He might have some clues. Just then he saw Hoji walking through the hallway. Hey Hoji, Taku called. Where are you going? Work, Hoji shortly answered. Work? Where? Well, Hoji was a bit hesitant to ask, but eventually gathered his courage and continued. There's disturbance in the nearby forest. I was told the culprit might not be an alienizer this time. Well, if that's so, Taku nodded. He thought this might be his chance, thus he offered, "I'm coming with you. There may be clues on what's going on with this world, about how he cannot contact our friends. What do you say?" "I was going to say the same thing," Hoji uttered. "Maybe you'd know something about this new culprit." "Well, let's not waste any time then." Taku nodded. "We're going." Taku and Hoji eventually made it to the forest. Also, they kept their watchful eyes of anything suspicious. Taku was a bit worried that perhaps some of the tube remnants were still hunting him. That question was soon be answered when he noticed several figures approaching. "What's that?" Taku tried to get a clear picture of the ones approaching him. "Does he have a camera?" But Hoji suddenly grabbed him from behind and dragged him behind the bushes. "Hide, don't let them spot us." Hiding behind the bushes, Taku eventually saw the figures approaching. Thought it would be those Ungla soldiers, but he was wrong. Figures were men in grey, coloured suit, as should be pluralised, and a weird face, accompanied both oversized hands. I think any MMPR fans might know who he's talking about. Leading him is a creature with 3 snakes for its head, similar to the multi-headed Hydra of the mythology. What mythology? Not those tubes. Not what are those? I think he's trying to say, those aren't tube. Taku thought in disappointment. The creature was holding a baby dinosaur, but he didn't pay attention to that. "Hey, Takaru," Hoji suddenly whispered. "Familiar with those?" "Beats me," Takaru shrugged. "What are you going to do about it?" "Since you don't know, I have no choice," Hoji whispered back till he got up and pointed his gun at the creature. "I do not know your name, but Alienizer, you are under arrest for illegal smuggling of a rare creature." "Well, that was bold." Taku forcibly got up, wasting no words. He stood next to Hoji, ready to defend him. Apparently the element of surprise means nothing. "Alienizer, the hell is that?" Ramon said cockily. "That's not my name. I am Dora Hydra, not some alien or thing like that." "Dora," Taku thought, recalling the word. Remember about the Dora creatures? The Dora monsters were minions of bewitched Bandora, who terrorized the earth in the past. It was stopped and sealed by the Super Sentai team of that time, the Jew Rangers. "Whatever you are, smuggling is still illegal," Hoji stated back, never waving and pointing his gun. "Put that little dinosaur away." "You're wasting my time, boy, and I'm not handing this baby to you. I've got other important things to do with him." Fedora Hydra said that. He eventually turned to his soldiers. "Golems, get them!" The soldiers, called Golems, suddenly ran towards Taku and Hoji, attacking them. Without a choice, they started fighting. Whatever that important thing is, I just know I've got a bad feel about it. I can't let that happen. Taku forcibly beat down the golems and even punched one's chest so strong that the golem fell to the ground, shattered. Whoops! Up to his shock, however, the golem suddenly reformed its body and rose back on its feet, on both its feet, ready to fight again. What the? Taku was shocked on this revelation. None of the younger soldiers were able to execute such feat. There's either an A or an S missing there. When he took down another golem, it didn't regenerate, but when he took down yet another one, it regenerated. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, that does happen in the show, but I can't really explain why. What's its weak point? Taku wondered. He also saw Hoji getting into trouble fighting. At this rate, we're wasting our energies instead. Here, that's secret. He's dumb enough to not know the secret. Dora Hydra says. He suddenly took a seat on the ground. It would be an amusing show watching them run out of energy and die. Damn it, at this rate, we have no choice. Hoji lamentably reached out his pocket to unleash his SB license and turn into Deca Blue. Before he could get the license out, however, his line of thought was interrupted when he heard Dora Hydra screaming. Ah! Huh? Both Taku and Hoji was shocked when they learnt that Dora Hydra was hit with an arrow on his soldier. The arrow was still sticking out. An arrow? Wait a minute, according to a book, Taku thought, trying to call his memory about the book, especially the Jew Ranger who fought with archery. I finally found you! High-pitched voice of a girl was heard, and when both boys looked, they found out who shot the arrow as he held the bow on her head. It's none other than Anne May. Somehow that face looked familiar, Hoji thought, recalling when he saw May's face. So he remembered. The book. Wait a minute, does this mean people from the past are coming here? You, that garb. Dora Hydra was shocked on witnessing May's clothing. It seemed that he was quite familiar with the restripe. Damn it, you're not gonna get me this time. I will. Don't worry, May said, pointing to baby dinosaur. You'll return at baby dinosaur to me. Now. Ow. Ow. You won't get me or this baby either. Dorahedra shouted as he gave commands to the golem soldiers that attacked Taku and Hoji. Forget about those two. This girl's demise is your priority now. Get her. In an instant, the golem started ignoring both boys, targeted May instead. Fortunately for her, Taku and Hoji managed to distract them. What are you looking at, huh? Taku says he threw one golem to the ground. Your opponent is me. May delivered a straight punch to the golem at the chest, effectively destroying it without being able to regenerate. Wow, that was lucky. Meantime, Hoji was forced to fight using his boxing style again as the enemy has gotten too close for him to use his guns. First, he's quite frustrated that most of his enemies kept regenerating. There has to be a weak point. Just then, when he looked at how May fought, he noticed something. Usually aiming to the golem's chest, whether it's using her hand or using her arrow. After taking a short notice, Hoji saw a golem leaping to him. Right, let's give this one a shot. He thought he mustered all his strength to one fist and used that fist to deliver an uppercut aimed to the golem's chest. It ended up destroying it, and it didn't regenerate. Even more golems ran to his side before he could get close. Hoji quickly drew his gun and aimed to the same spot, shooting them and obliterated them forever. Or until they're used to make more golems. Well, there it is. Perfect. Taku, aim for the chest. It's a new paragraph for some reason. Hoji yelled at Taku, revealing the golem's weakness. Right, thanks. As Taku nodded, he delivered a powerful kick to the golem's chest, but he missed to the stomach instead. That should have been missed and hit the stomach instead. However, it's still not regenerate. What the hell? Taku protested as Hoji approached him. Well, okay, make it better. If you hit the chest, you're more likely to stop him from regenerating, Hoji said, preparing for another incoming batch. Still, aim for that. Okay, sounds good enough for me. Hey, in the meantime, while fighting with golems that attacked her, May witnessed how Taku and Hoji held on their own. They can fight against those golems on their own? They're strong, she thought, witnessing both boys handling themselves fine. However, the golems are ordered by Dorahedra to attack her. She's been fighting more golems than both of them. There's too many of them, she thought, continuing to fight. However, suddenly several of the golems that attacked her were also kicking from behind. When May looked at who did it, it turned out that Taku was helping her. You okay, miss? May said, but suddenly prepared to shoot aim Taku. Wait a minute, I'm not your enemy. Taku protested, but May ignored him and shot anyway. Fortunately for him, she was aiming at a golem that tried to execute a sneak attack at him. Stab the scorpion moment right there. Well, I'm grateful for your help, May answered, kindly smiling. Taku noted. Eventually they resumed the fight against the golems that approached them. In the meantime, seeing that the golems have kept his enemies busy, Dorahedra tried to escape. Damn, I'm not gonna get caught here, he thought as he escaped. Suddenly, however, he felt an immense pain on his right leg. Keeling down, he learned that Hoji shot him on the leg. You're not going anywhere, criminal, Hoji said, having taken care of all golems that attacked him. The only one on his way was just the Dorahedra. Maybe you're not an alienizer, but smuggling is still a heavy crime. You can save your protest to the court. Hey, so you're a police or something? Dorahedra beckoned, his face not even turning behind to face Hoji. You a fool! Did you forget one of the rules? Advantage goes to the one with the hostage. It's what? Hoji was taken aback, remembering that the Dora monster had the baby dinosaur in his hand. Yeah, capture me and I'll kill this dino. Maybe my plan will be ruined now, but I've got bigger plans ready and backup. As the monster said, Hoji was forced to lower his gun and able to bring himself to shoot the dinosaur. When May looked at how Hoji confronted the Dora monster, her face filled with shock. He's in danger, she thought. She suddenly ran to him, abandoning Taku. Wait a minute, miss! Taku says he just punched one final golem, destroying it. He tried to chase after May. That's why you're a fool! Still not turning his body, facing Hoji, one of the Dorahedra's serpent head suddenly turned and suddenly elongated, dashing towards the dumbfounded Hoji. Watch out! May suddenly yelled, and before Hoji could realise what happened, she pushed him aside. As a result, the snake head bit her on the shoulders. She screamed in pain as the snake never let go of its bite, injecting its poison further. Oh, what do you know? I got her instead! Dorahedra exclaimed when he eventually turned back and noticed that he bit May instead. Some redundancy there. What started as a bluff turns out perfectly. Now I've accomplished what she couldn't, killing one of those blasted zoo rangers. Hi! Ah! In a sudden, Taku yelled out, delivering a powerful chop to the snake head, cutting it off. What the? Dorahedra was shocked at the turn of events. That's useless, I can regenerate my head. Yeah, and why didn't Taku know that? I mean, it's a fairly common myth that the Hydra's heads can regrow unless you burn them off. With that, as he dragged away the neck of the head that got cut off, suddenly the head rematerialized itself. However, once the deed was done, he stopped a bit and realized something. I shouldn't be wasting my time here. He suddenly ran off, but he didn't notice that he dropped a small pill to the ground. Wait a minute. Hoji tried to give chase. Hoji, wait! Taku stopped him. Got to do something about her. And turned to May, who was lying down on the ground. Miss, are you okay? May coughed up as her body temperature started to dramatically rise. Am I going to? You're not going to die, that I swear. Taku tried to encourage her, but even though he realised that her body temperature kept rising and rising, he had to keep her spirits up. Oh, hold on, we'll take it to you. No, it's impossible, May said weakly. I need that pill. Pill? Taku asked. You mean this? Hoji said, holding a black shining pill, the same pill dropped by Dorahedra. I was like, in panic, he dropped this. Why does he have an antidote to his own poison? That's it. Give it to me, May pleaded, her voice getting weaker and weaker. Please. Alright. Hoji said he put the pill on May's mouth. As he swallowed it, her body temperature did get lower, but she had used too much strength to stay awake. And she was asleep. Great, it's okay now, Taku said to Hoji. What do we do now? Ow. The smuggler's chase can wait later, Hoji said, now knowing there were more important things than completing his missions, such as human's life. Isn't that something they probably teach him on day one? We can't leave her there. Let's take her to a Decker base. But he picked up the unconscious May on his back, and both he and Taku walked away. Eventually they managed to arrive at the Decker base. As they managed to put May on a bed, Taku started discussing on the current matter with Hoji. But on wasn't really necessary. Who is she? Hoji responded. She looked familiar. That book, Taku noted, still remembered the entry of the history of the Super Sentai book. It's one of the people listed there. Huh? Really? Hoji asked. Maybe I'm mistaking her for a lookalike. No, I'm pretty sure, Taku insisted. She fits the description as one of those. She fights with a bow. That's not a good proof enough. I think the enough and proof should have been reversed and the A taken out. Hoji bolted back. Anyone can wear things like that, pick up a bow and impersonate. Remember that alienizer that tried impersonating you? And how are you going to prove her to be the real deal then? Takeru challenged him. What else is on her entry? Hoji asked again. A transform as some sort of buckler worn on the belt. Taku tried to recall how he read the book, especially on the Zoo Rangers. That's it, Hoji said as he approached May's bed and opened her blanket. Fortunately, her upper clothes were covering her belt area, thus her dino buckler wasn't seen by Hoji. Without any other choice, Hoji had his hand approaching May's upper cloth on the lower side, trying to uncover her buckler and prove that she really was a Super Sentai warrior. I can tell how this is going. Fortunately for Hoji, the moment she even touched May's clothes, that was the moment she opened her eyes. Well, Hoji tried to reason with what he was doing, but it was too late. Ah, pervert! May screamed. She instinctively kicked Hoji away as he was launched to a nearby wall. Yep, caught it. What are you going to do to me? She asked, covering her clothes. Are you going to take advantage of me? That doesn't matter. Did they have perverts in prehistoric times, or did she pick it up during her year on Earth? No, that's not what I meant, Hoji said, scratching his head, which got smashed on the wall quite hard. Miss, it's okay, he didn't mean any harm, Taku said. He was just confused on your identity. Identity? May finally calmed down when she realised that Hoji wasn't really thinking of anything bad. Just then she realised that her surrounding was very strange to her. She hasn't been in an age so advanced as this. Wait, where am I? Infirmary of Decker Base. Hey, Hoji answered. Decker Base? What's that? At. May was confused even more. A base of the Earth branch of the SPD, Special Police Decker Ranger. Hoji said, I'm the acting leader for now, Tomasu Hoji. You can call me Hoji. And you are? May then turned to Taku. Taku, I'm just staying here for a bit, I guess. Taku answered the best he could. Though deep down he wanted something. So I reveal that I'm a masked man? Ah, is that so? May breathed decisively. I am Risha Tribe's princess. My name is May. Pleased to meet you. Risha Tribe. Hoshi rolled his eyes. What is that? He did read briefly about the book. Apparently there is information on this book somewhere. But the part about the tribes of the Zoo Rangers still confused him. The ancient clan that lived with the dinosaurs millions of years ago. May explained. Yes, that is that part of the premise of Zoo Ranger, that there were human anoids during the age of the dinosaurs. Apparently they evolved from dinosaurs too. Oh. Wait a minute here, he said adamantly. Millions of years ago? In the age of dinosaurs? You? Yes, I was frozen in time to awaken in the present day to protect the Earth. I think it was at 1992. May tried to recall the time when her last battle with Bandora began. And when I finished my battle, I ascended to heaven. Maybe that explains how my appearance did not change. But in 1 year, when civilizations have advanced so much, I'm really impressed. 1 year? Taku was shocked hearing it. As far as he learned from the Deca Ranger, they finished their battle against Agent Umbrella at 2005. From what Hody said, it's been a year after that. Supposedly May ascended to heaven at 1993 and she said 1 year. She might have descended at 1994. Wait, people from different timelines coming together? Jeez, what in the world? It's confusing like hell. Are you joking me? Hody was still unconvinced at May's explanation. You read it in a book. Look man, how can you be confused? Humans existing with dinosaurs? History has proven that when dinosaurs roam the land, humans haven't even existed, not even forming a tribe. Are you trying to pull a prank at me? On, not at. I'm serious, May insisted. Perhaps history has forgotten us all, but my tribe's existence are true. That should be an is. What a chance that you're not a liar who's making this up, Hody asked. Hody, that's enough, Taku said. I had to stop him arguing. Look, maybe she has a real questionable past, but it doesn't take away that she's one of the warriors of Super Sentai. She wants to protect the Earth from evil. Isn't that enough to trust her? Well, okay, that one I can accept, Hody said. Still, to say what I learned about history was a total lie? That's just ridiculous. I'm sorry if I surprised you. May apologize for telling Taku. Still, there's one thing that bothered me. Taku, isn't it? Yes? Did you say Super Sentai? Well, that, Taku was about to answer, but suddenly the ground quaked. Not this again. No, this one's different, May said, looking at the sky, still clear at the sky. Just then, Hody was looking for another window, and one sight shocked him beyond belief. It was a real Tyrannosaurus Rex rampaging through the city. Oh my god! No way, this is for real? Taku was no less shocked than Hody looking at the sight. A real dinosaur? Here? Looks like it headed this way too. Hody then realised where the dinosaur was going. And then he realised something. When his friends vanished, the keys to unlock the Deca-based robo also vanished along with the various Deca machines. Damn, at this rate we're sitting ducks. A short moment May recall about Vidora Hydra. Seemed that Vidora Hydra was also an ancient enemy to the tribe, the same way as Vidora Guzzler that her ancestors sacrificed her life to defeat. In this case, Vidora Hydra was an enemy that her ancestors defeated without sacrificing her life. So it was either a different ancestor or before the whole Dora Guzzler thing. However, May recall that Dora Hydra has more than just poisoning with its snake heads. It also has a fearful ability to accelerate aging, which it did to a lot of baby dinosaurs at the time. Realising that he might be doing the same to the remaining dinosaur, she realised that she had to act quick. No! In a sudden exclamation, May ran off on her own. Wait a minute, May! Taku tried to stop her, but Hody held his shoulder a bit. Taku, you should take her and run from this base, said. Shortly after, I'll have everyone on this base evacuated. I've lost my place. Wait, you're so easy to abandon your home? Taku protested as well. Hody, you're not feeling any remorse? It's not like I have a choice, Hody insisted, knowing how hard it is to leave a base where he used to work all day. The Deca base held a lot of dear memories, but he had no choice. Besides, as long as there's people, we can rebuild the base. Hurry before that creature gets to his base. Got it. Just realised there's a lot of exclamation marks in Miss Fick. Taku nodded as he ran off, leaving Hoji, who also headed off somewhere else. May, where did you go? Oh, Taku thought, running around Medeka Base despite the quakes. His instincts told him that there's always a chance he'd be heading to the rooftop. As zoo rangers relate themselves with dinosaurs, he might be trying to communicate with it. Taku decided to take that line of thinking and rush to the rooftops with what he knew so far of Medeka Base and depended on the direction signs. As Taku continued to run, Hoji's voice rang through the communicator of the building. All personnel, this is not a joke. A real-life dinosaur has been spotted to be heading to this very base. The Deca Machines and Deca Base Probe is not going to make it in time to defend this base. That is why this base must be abandoned, not throw your lives away. If a base is wrecked but the people live, we can always rebuild it. I will take responsibility of this. In case boss returned or the higher-ups notice. Now go, and live for another day. Tommaso Hoji out. As Oji closed the communication line, he clenched his fist, regretting that things had to go this way. I'm sorry, everyone. In fact, he ran off to help the evacuation. Let's remind you that in Deca Ranger's later appearances post-Gokaido, they actually do have a new base. This is probably incredibly coincidentally. In the meantime, May has indeed ran to the rooftop where she got a clear view to the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Please stop, she yelled after the dinosaur got near the base. Zomotic stopped. Don't you remember us? We protected you. May tried to appeal to it, trying to make it remember about how the zoo rangers risked their lives to make the dinosaur born. That could have been worded better. And handled it to the human's care. It's about to live in peace, not making a rampage. You don't like it, don't you? As May continued, the dinosaur's eyes stopped being fierce. It tried looking around, looking at the rampage it created in its wake. That's good. Please, just put it to rest. I'll find a way so you can live in peace. Unfortunately for May, shortly after she said that, the dinosaur roared in pain for a short moment before returning to its fierce eyes. Then opened its mouth, not wanting to listen to anything anymore. It started chomping parts of the Deca Base rooftops. No, stop! May pleaded further, but it was no use. Eventually the dinosaur didn't even care that May was on its way to be in, and it prepared to eat her. Thankfully, Taku made it to the rooftops in time and witnessed the dinosaur nearly eating May. Watch out, he yelled and jumped, tackling May out of the harm's way. There? Taku! May, what are you doing? Taku scolded her. You can get eaten. Come on, let's get out of here. No, Taku, I have to stay, May said. I don't know, but this dinosaur, I know something's wrong with it. I have to find out what's going on. You don't have time for that, Taku said. He dragged May, once again getting him away from the dinosaur's chomping. Does Benny realise he's quite in a trouble? Shouldn't he be quite in trouble? As the dinosaur chomped on the door where the stairs going down were located. There's only one choice, even though it might sound ridiculous. We're going to jump. Eh? May was surprised how forward Taku was. What, afraid of the heights? Taku asked. We're going to have to hold on with it unless you want to get eaten. I'm not afraid of heights, May protested. But I'm worried about the dinosaur. I said worry about it later, Taku said as he suddenly signalled his arm around me. And gave a tight hug so she wouldn't get away. Here goes. Wait, Taku! Wait just a minute! May's protests were too late as Taku immediately jumped. While still holding her, Taku managed to clench on his fist with his brace grip, eventually yelled, Aura Mask! With that, Taku transformed to Red Mask while diving down to the ground. Eventually, thanks to his transformation, his body became much more flexible and he was able to land safely while still holding May. To his surprise, she didn't fade at all, as she had experienced similar leaping experience, even though only in her dreams. You okay? Red Mask asked. Takeru, May asked as he witnessed Red Mask detransforming. What are you? Well, I'll explain later, Taku said as he put May back to the ground. Thanks for him, they landed in front of the base's garage. The garage just opened and Hoji was just about to exit his motorcycle. There you are, Hoji called out. There's one free car waiting. Hurry and you're about to get out of here. Hoji, Taku called back. About yours. All evacuated, Hoji confirmed. Hurry, and take her in as well. Taku nodded, followed by May, but both of them entered the only remaining police car and drove off, followed by Hoji. Moving away from the Deca Base, the dinosaur continued to rampage on the building, destroying it from the outside. Taku, just when you transformed, May recalled how he turned into Red Mask. are you? Well, that's Taku was still doubting to reveal his identity, but eventually he couldn't hide anymore. That's because I'm a Super Sentai warrior. Super Sentai? May then recalled how she and her friends often calling themselves Sentai. But to swap tenses quickly. May wanted to talk more about it, but looking at the surroundings, she was confused. There are a lot of older people in the road. Is it just me or this place has more older people? Weird. I met several youngsters back then. Taku commented, wait, it can't be that. As May stepped out, a figure suddenly blocked their way. It was Bedora Hydra. Taku, May and Hoji got up their vehicles and prepared themselves from any incoming attacks. Should be 4. Dora Hydra, isn't it? Hoji started. You, what are you planning? So you've witnessed my masterpiece, didn't you? Dora Hydra boasted. Perhaps going to get the dinosaur wrecking the Deca base. What? So you planned this? Taku growled, hearing it. I have the ability to accelerate aging, which is why I needed that baby dinosaur, Dora Hydra said. Indeed, that dinosaur is the baby dinosaur I took. And do you realize how many lives are endangered? A lot probably, but who gives a damn? Dora Hydra bolted back. Matt would put a statement, given that there's another exclamation mark, then again exclamation marks are all over the place here. Besides, watching a human scream in terror is quite the delight. You're just the same as you were before, May uttered. Cruel, repulsive, you won't get away with this. You'll want to kill me then, Dora Hydra taunted. Great, then do it, since I linked my soul with dinosaur. If I die, the dinosaur dies too. Those words shocked May. If she destroyed Bedora Hydra, she would be going against her original mission of saving the dinosaur. Because to near it to be inevitable extinction, destroying the power source of the Jew Rangers and Daizujin, as well as cursing her to stay forever on Earth until she dies. If she left Bedora Hydra alive, he would abuse his power further to make more innocent people suffer. We'll do it even if you didn't ask that. Taku didn't even understand May's plight, stepped forward and looked at Hoji. Hoji, let's do it! There should be enough particles, some transformations left. Hoji nodded, reminding himself on how many particles remained at the Deca base so he could transform. Very well, let's do it. Aura mask! Red mask! Emergency! Deca Ranger! Face on! With it, both of them transformed, armed and ready. They ran to attack the monster when suddenly, May ran and blocked their path from Dora Hydra. Hey, what are you doing? Red Mask asked. I can't let you do this, May said. I can't let that dinosaur die. Are you this stupid? Deca Blue said back. If you're not moving, I'll seriously hurt you. You don't understand, May insisted. My mission here is to protect that dinosaur. And another one. I found one, now I must protect them. Does that dinosaur hold important values to you? Red Mask asked. Yes, they're the source of my power, May explained. If they extinct, there's probably a go missing there, my power will be gone and I cannot protect this world for bigger evil rises. That's why I... Get out, Deca Blue coldly said, pointing his gun towards May. I'm not going to, May insisted. When you leave me no choice, Deca Blue prepared to pull the trigger. Wait a sec, Hoji. Red Mask tried to stop him, but he's too late. Gunshot sound was heard twice. May closed her eyes, thinking that her life was at an end. First, she could open her eyes again, and when she did, she was still facing Red Mask and Deca Blue. What happened? May asked. Look behind you, Deca Blue said. When she did, she saw 2 snake heads drop to the ground as they turned out to be 2 of Dora Hydra's heads, which used to bite her from behind. Damn, and I was so close, Dora Hydra cursed. May, you said there were 2 dinosaurs, right? Red Mask asked. So as long as the other one is not dead. And wait a minute, May started to rethink her decision. It was true that if all dinosaurs died, she would lose her power. But now as one dinosaur seemed to have lost all hopes to be saved. It's either this dinosaur or many innocent people who would die. If she chooses her, as her mission, she would be very selfish and unfit as her title, Warrior of Love. To be unfit for, as she would sacrifice many people in place of one dinosaur's life for the purpose of keeping her powers on. To eventually record the terrors of her ancestors defeating Dora Hydra in the past. The step up the arrows from the Risha tribe was one of the few weaknesses of Dora Hydra. Usually when one of the heads was cut off, it would regenerate. However, the pure sacred energy of the Risha tribe's arrows would prevent it to regenerate. to prevent it from regenerating. In short, as of the current, so be the present, May had to do it herself, otherwise more people would suffer. I've decided, she stated, turning to Dorohedra and put up a determined face. So that be putting. Today, just like my ancestor and her allies, Dorohedra, I will defeat you.
Here, ha! So you've forsaken your powers, I see.
Dorohedra tried to scare but May not falter. Perhaps there are more things than power in life, May stated back. And as a warrior of love from Marisa tribe, I'll show you what it means. Quickly she grabbed the coin at her belt, pulled it forward, and spun one of her arm, she only has one arm, in one circle. Before grabbing the coin and book with both hands, pushed it forward and yelled, Dino Buckler! The bat yelled, she transformed into her battle form. Terror Ranger, May! Well, I knew it's going to happen soon. Deca Blue commented at the transformation. Amazing. Guys, I need a hand to this, Terror Ranger said. Please distract him so I can disable him to be finished. Here, leave this to us, Red Mask nodded. Let's go, Hoji! Okay, Deca Blue nodded and both ran forward to attack with Dorohedra.
I'm not gonna let you do whatever your plan is,
Dorohedra said as he raised his hand, summoning several golems to bar both boys' path. Boys? Okay, Terror Ranger sighed. Guess we better take care of these guys first. With that, she also ran forward, shooting arrows to any golems that came within her sight, reducing the number of golems that tried to attack Red Mask and Deca Blue. Short moaned, the three Super Sentai warriors were caught in a fight surrounded with the golems.
At this rate, this is not going good.
Dorohedra commented as the fight still continued, and with Red Mask and his friends winning.
Wait, they're gathered together, right? Perfect.
Suddenly Dorohedra opened the mouth of all of his heads and it unleashed a purple breath. That's Terror Ranger realised what's going on. Dorohedra was unleashing yet another of his fearful abilities, the aging breath. The breath out to accelerate the agent's victim. Watch out, she said as she grabbed both Red Mask and Deca Blue on the back of their necks, jumped away with the two, getting them away from the aging breath. In the same time, at the same time, golems were infected with the aging breath and rot away as a result. It should be rotted away.
Damn, I missed.
Dorohedra coughed up, his throat dry from his poison breath, and he was unable to unleash another poison breath. Thanks, Red Mask said to Terror Ranger before drawing his masky blade. Let's close in an attack. Here is what I'd like to say, Deca Blue said, unleashing his D-Rod, and together they run towards the Dorohedra to attack.
I can fight in close range too, you know.
Terror Ranger didn't want to get left behind, also ran to the Dorohedra with her bladed bow to attack the monster at close range. Despite being attacked at close range, the Dorohedra still put up a good fight. More especially since they realised that he still had his mortal head which could poison him and he'd not be generous enough to share the antidote, nor would he drop it by accident again. Fancy the Dorohedra knocked Red Mask away with a punch again. I lost my place. Was no again.
Now to finish you slowly,
he says. He elongated one of his head and tried to bite Red Mask. Damn it! Red Mask instinctively put his masky blade in front, instantly causing the snake to bite the sword instead. Both wrestled the grip of the blade, but it continued on a stalemate for minutes until Dorohedra unleashed another head to bite him. Fortunately for Red Mask, yet his instinct prevailed again. But yet in the wrong place, he managed to grab the other head of his hand just in the right time before he hit it.
You're a persistent one, aren't you?
Dorohedra said. He wrestled control over his head.
But you forget that I have one more head.
With that, he tried attacking Red Mask with his other head. However, before he could reach Red Mask, it was shot down and dropped to the ground by Deca Blue, who was quickly running to the scene.
Ah, damn!
No, you don't, Deca Blue said. He stomped the head which was on the ground and preventing it to be pulled back to the Dorohedra.
Damn, my heads!
Dorohedra's in pain. There's only one head he couldn't elongate. To match his main head. As of now, he's completely stuck. Okay, sorry about this. I'm just paying a mute. Is it? We're gonna need to find a place. Hey, guys, keep at that, Terror Ranger says. He prepared her bow. With this arrow of my tribe, he will be able to regenerate his head again. Alright then, Deku Blue said he had him stomp on one of Dorahita's head while Red Mask suddenly dropped his sword and quickly grabbed the head that bit the sword, practically immobilizing it, while Terror Ranger pulled her bow, preparing to shoot. No, not that! Dorahita said fearfully he knew it would mean the arrows would prevent him from regenerating. Okay. Too late to say that. The bad Terror Ranger shot 2 arrows. One was aimed to the neck of the head stomped by Deku Blue, or it was aimed at the next but 2 hit out by Red Mask. All the arrow pierced through the neck, cutting it off, and they were unable to grow back again.
No, my head!
Dorahita screamed in pain, pulling his neck back and frightened that they couldn't regenerate again. Red Mask and Deku Blue also shot him down with their respective guns for good measure. I did it! Terror Mask said it happily, but she knew her job wasn't done. However, something bothered her. How do I defeat it without Howling Cannon? May, Red Mask asked, approached her along with Deku Blue. That was a powerful shot. Combined with our attack, they might be able to take it out. You sure you'll finish it off? Deku Blue asked one more time. Remember, this will be going against your original mission. I am prepared for consequences. Ensis Terran said. Above all, he terrorized humans for his own amusement. My mission will be a failure as well if I leave someone like him and those behind him unpunished.
You can't do that!
Dorahita pleaded, trying to appeal for her again, but it was no use. Very good. Then allow me. Deku Blue said he faced Dorahedra. Dorahedra, for smuggling an illegal creature, property damage, taking away people's ages, and the depths of many civilizations. Judgment. Even though this is not an alienizer, Deku Blue is bound to laws that he must not kill indiscriminately. Though he was doubting that the system would work on non-alienizers, he had to give it a shot. Showing his SB license, the court was called to judge on the Dorahedra, who was considerably confused on what's going on. And naturally it landed on Red X. Wow, even that had worked on non-alienizers. Deku Blue was surprised as a result that the judgment system even would work against evil creatures not considered an alienizer. Delete approved, Deku Blue said, putting away his SB license and prepared his D-Sniper. May, on my mark. Understood, Terrain says he pulled her bow. Just give me the sign. Right, set, D-Sniper. Deku Blue then began charging the sniper's power. Set, charge, now. He then gave the signal to Terror Ranger with a nod. Right, Terror Arrow! Terror Ranger called out, giving the arrow more strength. He released the bowstring and set the empowered arrow aimed to the Dorahidra's body. Strike out! But Deku Blue pulled the trigger, also shooting the Dorahedra, heavily wounding it after the arrow had been pierced on his body. My turn, Red Mask said with his masky blade shining with power, and he ran forward to the staggering Dorahedra. Masky crush! BL, he slashed the Dorahedra with a cross slash, eventually destroying it. Great, this case completo, Deku Blue said, putting away his E-Sniper. In the meantime, the dinosaurs about to assault the Bodega base in a sudden disintegrated as one whose soul it was linked to had been deleted. And the fight scene, it was for fanfiction. I mean, writing fight scenes as text is never easy. I once had to go on a forum and ask for ideas. After a battle, Taku, Hoji and Mei looked at the remnants of Bodega base. Ace, it's in a mess, Hoji muttered. Our home. Well, I did say about the people, such base can be rebuilt, right? Taku tried to cheer him up by pointing at several officers that were also looking at the base in a different direction. Look, you did a good job on evacuating everyone. Here, I guess, Hoji said before he turned to Mei. So, what about your power? Still intact, I suppose, Mei said, still trying to feel power. I guess as long as the other dinosaur is still alive, my power would still remain. Pay up to remaining dinosaurs in a safe place somewhere. Well, you can do that, but it's probably still going to die out anyway, since not only are the conditions not suited on Earth, not suited for it anymore, but it now no longer has a partner, so it's going to die, not going to be able to continue the species. Hoji nodded, at least glad that Mei did what would be the right thing. Does Mei realise? So what now? How about we take a journey somewhere? Taku suggested. The world isn't limited to this town only. Besides, there's more chance that we'd find clues about what's happening in this world if we're not stuck in just one town. That! Mei was reminded that the current world didn't seem to be the way it was, with boys and Super Sentai from various timelines existing together. I'd like to follow as well. Hoji, how about you? Well, Hody was hesitating, reminded of his duty in Megalopolis, where suddenly he saw one of the deck SPD officers approaching him. Hody, please leave the rest to us, the officer said. We saw you fight, and think that this might not be the end of those weird monsters. This looks like one big case that you'll need to solve, and it might be a worldwide threat. But please, leave the town and base to us. Sure you can handle it? Hody asked, since him leaving there'd be no deck arranged to protect the town. Please, leave everything to us, the officer said. Contacts and weaponry, we have them all. When Hody looked at the rest of the officers, they were giving a look, but they were ready to let him go. But he smiled and finally gave a reply. Very well, I'll leave this to you. We'll do our best, sir. The officer saluted, in which Hody saluted back. That should be a 2. I think it says how important this officer is, but he doesn't have a name. He then gave out a key. You need this key for your travel outside the town. Best of luck. Okay. Hody nodded as he picked up the key and turned to Taku and May. Let's go. Right. Taku and May nodded as they followed Hody to the car they would use to travel outside Megalopolis and investigate the mystery that befell on the world. That on is unnecessary. Each of them had their own thoughts about these events. I do not know what is happening, but I promise I will get to the bottom of this. Until then, please be safe. Chief, Momoko, everyone. To stop mysterious incidents like this will be my job anyway. And I thought I'd leave Megalopolis for this. Hopefully this won't last long. Did Pandora escape again? If that's the case, I must stop her even without everyone else's help. Only I can do it. I hope the Guardian Beast would forgive me for what I've done to one of the dinosaurs they wanted me to protect. I ought to wait a fine outside the borders of Megalopolis. They did not know, but they would find it out soon. To be continued. Orvis note, and yep, once again I'm against the flow and put May as Zoo Ranger's preferred member. Sorry, Burai fans, not that I dislike him, I dislike some of us better. Anyway, I've decreased the amounts of English phrase for Hody. English phrase, hopefully that's the right amount. Seems alright. Now you can bring on the constructive criticism and reviews. Well, it's got some of the... Most of the issues are ones I find in fan fiction anyway, and if anything, this is slightly better about it, but still pretty egregious. Anyway, join me next time for the next chapter, Sarah's of the Ninja in the Devil Forest. I'll let you figure out who that ninja will be. Until then, cheers.